Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video was going to be like a study tips video, but I thought since most of my theory kind of exams have kind of not taken up place, I thought what is the point in that, since most exams are all over the place at the moment. So I thought, why not do a makeup video instead. So I have a video on my phone and I'm just going to copy Kourtney Kardashian's guide to natural-ish masking and makeup, like kind of routine. I've done all my skincare and everything that she does at the start, so I've just got it on my phone, and that's, I'm just going to copy that. And so yeah, she does all her skincare at the start and everything, but I thought I'll do that quickly, just to save a bit of time and that, and so this isn't too long. So I've gotten all the products out that she kind of uses, but in my kind of version of products and that. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm first going to take off my glasses. I've put my hair up into a bun, and that purely just so I don't have to put like a hairband in, since my hair is all up at the moment. So she starts with foundation and that. So I'm just going to use my Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation, and that in the shade Ivory. Couldn't see where I put the shade there. And that, and she uses her hands for this. I've got to say, I rarely use my hands for stuff like this. I normally just use a brush or a sponge and that. So yeah, and I also don't have a mirror right in front of me. I only have my iPad, which I'm filming on, which probably isn't the best right now since I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can barely see what I'm doing, and this foundation is slightly a bit too dark for me at the moment. So that's going to be fun, but yeah. So I'm just going to rub this all over my face. And that she does her face first before her eyes. So I normally do all like my base makeup and then my eyes and everything, so it's not that different from how I do my makeup at the moment. And that, she isn't shown to do like her ears, like cover her ears and her neck, but I am going to, since the colour difference at the moment between my face and neck is slightly a bit vivid, so I'm just going to do that part. Normally when I use this foundation I can blend it in very well with like a sponge because of the colour, so only parts of it come off, so it isn't that dark, but oh well. And that, and then once she's finished with foundation, she goes in with concealer. I'm going to use my Anti-Age Erase concealer in the shade Ivory from Maybelline. She uses her fingers for this as well, and that, so I'm just going to wipe it on my finger like that, so I can just put it under my eye. But hers is in like a tube, so that kind of makes more sense of why she's using her finger, but oh well. Well, she's using her finger to apply it anyway. And then she uses a small beauty blender to blend it in. But I do have one, but it's currently in. I washed them like a couple of nights ago, and it's still not dry. So, and it's not dry yet, so I'm just going to use one of my big ones to do it. So I'm just going to blend that in. And then after that, she goes in with bronzer. And I'm just going to use my big fluffy brush and my Sun-Kissed Dream Star bronzer, and it's a matte one, but she uses it near enough on most of her face, she says, but like up here and like down here and that, and a bit on her neck. Might also put some on my ears. Just gonna blend that in a bit more. And then sticking with the bronzer, she gets a small and she just goes over the nose a bit. I barely like bronze or like do anything with my nose apart from just put foundation on it. Maybe a bit of highlight and like a powder, like powder, foundation, and maybe a bit of highlight. For now and then I don't really do anything else. And then she also goes into like the creases of her eyes as well. I will link the video down below, and that if you guys want to check it out. It is a Vogue video. And that, so yeah. Like that. Dropping everything. And then she goes in with a contour stick, and that I'm using my Primark one Perfect Colour foundation and contour stick in the shade Chai. And that, so yeah, so she does it directly on the back of her hand, and then she uses a brush. So I'm just going to use this kind of angled brush. And then she does it on her forehead. Let's blend that in a bit more. Maybe let's not put that much on next time. So once she's done her forehead, she goes in a bit more with like the cheeks. I might pause this here just to kind of blend this in a bit more. Now that is blended in a bit more, I'm then going to go on to the next step. My phone just turned off, which is concealer. She goes back with the concealer onto any spots she may have. She uses the actual brush. She uses a different concealer for this, but I don't want to get out another concealer, so I'm just going to use my same one I used earlier, but this time she actually uses like the end of the concealer onto the spots. So I'm just going to do that with any spots I may have, and at the moment I've broken out a lot in that. So yeah, I think that's near enough all of them. And that, and then she goes down the centre of her nose and a bit up here. And she does some lines like over this part, just to brighten up this side again. And then it goes in with a beauty blender and just rubs it, blends it all in. If I keep looking down, it's because I'm trying to look at the video and pause it on parts where after she's done this step, just so I don't go over another step. And I think that is done. My beauty blender is looking a bit gross now, but yeah. And then the next step is powder. I'm going to use my 17 Miracle Matte Press Powder. She uses like a translucent powder. I don't have one, since I don't really use translucent powder that much. But she does use a beauty blender, so I'm going to carry on using my beauty blender. And she just presses it down. on like this part and down her nose and a little bit on her forehead. What you can see, and then she goes in and uses some eyelash curlers. I rarely do this anymore. I used to do this all the time and that, but it's weird doing it now because I rarely do it. And that, and then once that is done, she goes in with some mascara. I'm going to use this Punk Volumizing Mascara. Just get that done a bit. I'm literally filming this on a Saturday and this goes up live tomorrow. Well, it'll be today for you guys, but it's Saturday for me as I'm filming this. And Thursday I had college and I had to do 2 like assessments, and I felt absolutely dead afterwards. We got to wear what we wanted to college, so that was cool since we didn't have to wear our college uniform for it. So I just wore like a pair of joggers and a top, and that, since I could not be bothered to try and look nice to do it. And let me tell you, the assessments weren't actually that bad. We had our first one, which was like 2 hours long, and I managed to write down everything that I wanted for it, and then it wasn't that bad, and I was done like way before the time anyway. I had like 10 minutes I think remaining, so I just checked through my answers and sat there. And then we had like half an hour break, I think it was, and then we went in to do our like 3rd one. Since we got to college at 3, we started like 3:30, so then we had half an hour break. Then we went in to do our 2nd one, and it was all fine and everything, and then someone's computer was like restarting and everything, so then we had to wait. So then we ended up starting that one late, so then we had an hour to do this other one that we were doing. We started that, had an hour, I got like halfway through it, and then we got told we had like 28 minutes or so left. I sped through that last one trying to get everything on it, and then we had like 8 minutes left, and I still had to like put the pictures on my actual like assessment and all the referencing and everything, so I had to quickly copy them from my research, and that, since we were allowed to do that, we were allowed to copy the pictures and the referencing, so we didn't have to type all that out and that, and then I annotated them, and then oh my god, I just about managed to get it in within the time. And then we got to do then we had to hand it in, and then as we went to get down to go to get our bags, we got locked out of the room our bags were in, so that was fun times. So we had to get our teacher's keys to the room to actually get into to get our bags out of the lockers in the room, since the security guard had locked the door since we weren't normally in that classroom. So that was fun. So we ended up being like half an hour late. We ended up leaving half an hour later than what we were originally going to. So yeah, that was fun times. But she's just going into it, but Kourtney's going in with a lip liner. It's like a pinky, like nudie kind of liner. This is probably like the closest one to that colour that I've got, and it's just a Revlon lip liner in the shade Blossom, and that's I'm just going to line eyelids. I don't remember the last time I actually used one of my lip liners, because if I normally when I wear like lipstick, I'll normally just like throw it on half the time and not really care that much. And then sometimes I wear lip gloss and I'll just say that on and be like, it doesn't matter. And that. And then once that is on, she goes in with a lipstick. I don't know where this is from. Everything has like come off the packaging and that, and I just broke the lipstick. I'm opening it. It is in the shade Desert Sandstone. Or the Primark Beauty one, it says at the bottom. But I think it's, I don't know when it was from though. But she just daps it on her lips. And I think her lip liner is normally darker than the lipstick. A bit. Mine, you can barely tell. But oh well. And then she goes in with her brows. And she just uses a brow pencil. To be honest, I normally flick between doing using a brow pencil and using like just brow powder every now and then. Depends on how quick, well, how long I have to do my makeup and how quick I want to do my makeup or anything and that. But yeah. So this week I am pre-filming a lot of videos purely because I have my exam, well, my final practical exam in what, 2 weeks time? So it's not next week, it's the week after and that. So that should be fun. But I still have to do that and do some more ranges to do, so fun times. Don't really feel up to it, but I need to do that. So I'm pre-filming some videos for this month's videos, just to make it easier on myself. And that. After the brows, she goes in with like an illuminating highlighter. The only one that I have like is like an illuminating, like kind of liquidy kind of powder, is this jelly one, this Rimmel London jelly one, which I think I either got off Misguided or Pretty Little Thing, I can't remember. It was in one of my hauls I done on this channel. It's in the shade Popping Bottles, and that most of my highlighters are normally like powders, and that is purely because it's the easiest one. But she just uses her finger and dabs it in the corners like here a bit. Looks like. So I'm just going to do that. And that is what her makeup routine is like. Probably could do with a bit more blending, but yeah. I'm trying to get like a baby wipe out just so I can wipe my hands. But yeah, so this is what the final result looks like. And that is not that far different from like what my makeup kind of routine is like, so I do like it. It is like definitely somewhat different, and that since I put a bit of highlight like here and a bit on my chin, on my cupid's bow, and on like my nose and forehead a bit. I don't contour that much, but when I do, what I sometimes do, and that I do a light like eyeshadow and every now and then, or I just don't wear eyeshadow sometimes. But yeah, so this is what the final result looks like in that. So yeah, I'll link the video down below, and yeah, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!